You're back with more Matt Patrick.
KTRH News Time is 7:16. Joining me right now, State Representative Sid Miller, one of the authors of the sonogram law in Texas, and Representative Carol Alvarado. Sid, Carol, welcome. We appreciate both of your time this morning.
Good morning. Happy New Year, Carol.
Thank you. Good morning. Good to hear from you, Sid.
It is great to have you both with us on Houston's Morning News. Sid, I'm going to start with you. The overreaching by Judge Sam Sparks in Austin is what brings this all to the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals. Are we concerned that the Fifth Circuit may not rule on this before January 20th when we go back into Judge Sparks' courtroom?
Well, if only time will tell. I don't think anyone has the exact answer to that. I am encouraged, from the reprimand from Judge Jones to Sparks on how he handled the stay, and I'm encouraged now that Judge Jones is on the three-judge panel that's reviewing his decision.
And Representative Alvarado, what part of this law do you like, and what part don't you like?
The part I disagree with the most, of course, I don't support the bill at all, didn't support it, and I think it's medically unnecessary. I think you're subjecting women to something that you're forcing them to listen to a heartbeat, you're forcing them to see something. Obviously, they've taken the time to make a decision that is very private, very personal, and the bottom line, this is medically unnecessary.
And Representative Miller, you wrote this law. You were one of the authors. The patient can turn down viewing the sonogram, correct? I mean, they can say no.
But I have great respect for my colleague, but I'm going to have to disagree with her on this. It is a necessary medical procedure. It's something, a sonogram ultrasound has to be performed, whether this law exists or not, by the doctor as part of the standard medical procedure. And you're exactly correct. The woman can, refuse, say she doesn't want to look at it or listen to the heartbeat. It's strictly up to her.
So Representative Alvarado, knowing that the patient can say no to the description of the images or viewing the sonogram, why do you still have a problem with the law then?
You're putting doctors in a very uncomfortable, uncompromising position. They have testified, they have said this is medically unnecessary, and we as government are intervening in that relationship between doctor and patient, and that should not be our role in government.
Isn't an abortion medically unnecessary?
Well, now you're getting to a philosophical belief. I mean, to me, that right there is not the issue. The issue is we as legislators intervening in an unnecessary relationship between doctor and patient, and that's why the physicians have opposed this.
Well, all right, hang on. Both of our representatives here, Representative Sid Miller and Representative Carol Alvarado. When we come back, again, I'm just trying to, drill down as to where the problem really is with this law, where it applies to the sonogram, because that's where the stay was. The Fifth Circuit hopefully will rule before this gets back into Sparks' court. Let me start with you, Representative Alvarado. Just kind of going back to what you said in our last segment. You said medically necessary. And I suggested that abortions are not medically necessary. So is it the abortion that you, the fact that you believe that women that might want to have an abortion, if they saw their fetus, might change their mind? Is that the problem that you have? Because a lot of women more than likely would.
For me, the issue with this is you're putting in another layer of bureaucracy. And for people that say they want less government intervene in people's personal lives, this is hypocritical. You are adding another layer to the process when in Texas, we already have a process of counseling and education that women go through prior to having an abortion. And the intent of this bill, from what my colleague has stated, was to reduce the number of abortions. And if that's the case, then we ought to do more about funding family planning services in Texas. And instead, this leadership in the last session cut over $70 million of family planning funds.
All right, let me get to Representative Miller. Representative Miller, what Representative Alvarado is suggesting, of course, is more money to Planned Parenthood, which, of course, gets most of its funding from abortion clinics. I would think this would cut down on abortions if you showed women the fetus, and that was, I guess, the idea behind this, was it not?
Well, look, these women pay for the sonogram. We took hours and hours of testimony. And even though some of these women had requested that they view the sonogram, they were denied. This is the only medical procedure that I know of where you don't get to sit down with your doctor. The doctor doesn't explain your options. He doesn't explain it to you. I mean, when you go and you get an MRI or an X-ray and you're fixing to have a major procedure done on your body, normal program is sit down with the doctor. He says, all right, here's what we're looking at.
Right.
This is what this is. Here's your options. This could be possible complications. Now, you make the decision. How do you like to proceed? That's not happening.
All right.
It's not happening.
That process has already occurred. Prior to my arriving in the legislature, there were laws passed that a woman was counseled, was given information, and that serves that process. I think this is to shame women, to guilt women, and we're intruding on the relationship between the patient and the doctor. We're forcing the hands of the doctor that they have to do this.
Representative Miller and Representative Alvarado, I want to thank you both for your time. We're going to have you back as we continue to move forward with this issue. Obviously, we will not settle it here this morning, but I thank you both for your time here.